Good evening, students. Yesterday we have completed a cash reserve ratio. Today we are going to start statutory liquidity ratio, which is SLR. Now, how? First of all, what is statutory liquidity ratio and how it controls the inflation or deflation situation in the economy? Now, first of all, statutory liquidity ratio. Apart from and in addition to CRR, means beside cash reserve ratio, under the Banking Regulation Act 1949, all banks have to maintain equal to and not less than 25%, means up to 25%, equal to but not less than 25% of their total deposit. Total deposit means including both demand deposit and time deposit in the form of cash, gold and unencumbered approved securities. Securities may be shares, debentures and other types of investment. So all banks are required to maintain equal to and not less than 25%, means 25% or more than that. They have to keep with RBI 25% total deposit with RBI in the form of cash, gold and other securities. For example, if a commercial bank has 100 rupees in saving account, current account, RD and fixed deposit, means total deposit. So if SLR is 25%, it means 25% of 100 rupees they have to maintain in the form of cash, gold and unencumbered securities. Now it means, second point, maintain equal to and not less than 25% of the total deposit in the form of cash, gold and approved securities with RBI. So here 25 rupees is deposited with RBI. It means here 75 rupees is left. Out of those 75 rupees they can create loan to outsiders. Now if SLR, the percentage of SLR is increased from 25% to 30%, then what happens? Out of 100 rupees they need to deposit 30 rupees with RBI. It means now only 70 rupees is available with commercial bank in order to create loan to individuals, means they can give loans to individuals only 70 rupees. So whenever SLR is increased from 25% to 30% or other percentage, it means it is reducing money supply in the market. When SLR increases, money supply reduces in the market. And what is the necessity of reducing money supply? In order to control inflation situation. Similarly, if SLR is reduced, suppose 30 to 25%, then whenever SLR is reduced, money supply will increases because commercial banks are able to give more loans to individual. As a result, money supply increases and ultimately deflation situation can be controlled. So SLR, this method is adopted in order to control inflation or deflation situation, or in other words they can say SLR, whenever SLR increases, money supply reduces. Whenever SLR reduces, money supply increases, means there is negative relation between SLR and money supply. Whenever SLR increases, money supply reduces, or whenever SLR reduces, money supply increases. This is about statutory liquidity ratio. Now second para, a higher SLR, which I have already explained. A higher SLR means whenever SLR increases, a higher SLR diverts bank funds from loans and advances to approved government securities, means commercial bank has whenever SLR increases, commercial bank has to keep higher deposit, higher amount with RBI. It means with commercial bank, lower amount is available in order to create a loan. And on the other hand, it reduces the capacity of bank to create loans. As a result, what happens? Bank is able to give less loan to the individuals. It means, in short, in simple language, if SLR increases, commercial bank has to keep higher percentage of total deposit with RBI. As a result, they are able to reduce the money supply reduces in the market. They are able to provide less loan to the individuals. Ultimately, what happens? Money supply reduces and it controls the inflation situation. Now, next one is open market operation. Open market operation. Now, before explaining open market operation regarding bank, try to understand through an example of company. Suppose this is a company, public company. Whenever public company is issuing share, what does it mean? If any company is issuing shares, what does it mean? It means they are requesting investors, they are inviting investors to invest their money into the company. Means by issuing shares, and issuing shares in simple language we can say they are selling their shares. And by selling their shares, they are receiving funds. The selling of share means receiving of fund from the investors. Suppose they had received 50 lakh rupees. Now, if any time, if they want to return this amount, what they have to do? They have to purchase their own share from the investors. By purchasing their own share, whatever share they had already issued, whatever share they have already sold, if they want to return the amount, then they need to purchase the same share from the investors. It means when they will purchase, second point, if they are purchasing the shares, it means they are returning the amount to the investors. Means from economic point of view, when company is selling shares, money is shifted from investors to company. It means money supply reduces in the market. When investors will invest their money into the company by purchasing share, it means money supply reduces. On the other hand, if company will return the amount by purchasing their own share, they will return the amount to the investors. As a result, what happens? Money supply increases in the market. Means by selling the share, money supply reduces. By purchasing the share, money supply increases. So when we are selling or purchasing share from the investors, this is called open market operation. Means when we are dealing with public regarding shares, either purchase or sale of share taking place between the company and the public and the investors, then it is called open market operation. Now, from the RBI point of view, as we have done that public companies are issuing share in order to raise funds. Similarly, governments also issuing shares. Government is also issuing shares to general public. But on behalf of government is also issuing, but on behalf of government, RBI is issuing share. Not government directly, they are issuing share. Government securities, government shares, government debentures are issued by RBI, Reserve Bank of India. And when RBI is issuing share, now what is the meaning of issuing share? When RBI is issuing share, shares or debentures or any other security, it means money is shifted from general public to RBI. It means in market money supply reduces. Money supply reduces, and once money supply reduces, it can control inflation situation. In other words, we can say कि जब भी RBI को, रिजर्व बैंक इंडिया को मार्केट में मनी सप्लाई कम करनी हो, क्यों कम करनी है? बिकॉज ऐसा मान लेते हैं कि देयर इज इन्फ्लेशन सिचुएशन. इन्फ्लेशन सिचुएशन क्या होती है कि मनी जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा है मार्केट में, लोगों के पास, दे आर एबल टू इंक्रीज डिमांड, वो डिमांड को बहुत बढ़ा रहे हैं. एज अ रिजल्ट सप्लाई एज कंपेयर टू डिमांड सप्लाई कैनॉट इंक्रीज, देन व्हाट हैपेंस, प्राइस इंक्रीजेज. इट मींस देयर इज सिचुएशन ऑफ इन्फ्लेशन. ये मनी सप्लाई ज़्यादा है, उसको कम करना है. हाउ RBI कैन रिड्यूस द मनी सप्लाई इन द मार्केट? बाय इशूइंग शेयर. गवर्नमेंट कोई शेयर इशू कर रहे हैं तो थ्रू RBI दे विल इशू शेयर. जब शेयर इशू करेंगे तो जनरल पब्लिक के पास जो पैसा है दे विल इन्वेस्ट देयर मनी विद RBI, मींस दे विल परचेज गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज. और पैसा उनका अपने आप ऑटोमेटिकली जनरल पब्लिक का पैसा या इन्वेस्टर्स का पैसा ऑटोमेटिकली गिरते हुए चला जाएगा RBI के पास. एज अ रिजल्ट मनी सप्लाई reduces, and once money supply reduces, they do not have money to purchase goods or services, means demand and services will reduce. In this way inflation situation can be controlled. On the other hand, second point, suppose करो अब पब्लिक का पैसा हमारे पास आ गया है, मतलब RBI के पास आ गया है और इन्फ्लेशन सिचुएशन कंट्रोल हो गई है. अब कुछ टाइम के बाद सपोज डिफ्लेशन सिचुएशन अराइज होती है. नाउ व्हाट इज डिफ्लेशन सिचुएशन? व्हेन पब्लिक डू नॉट हैव मनी in order to purchase goods and services, means they are not able to raise demand. Demand बढ़ नहीं सकती है, बढ़ी नहीं रही है because they do not have money. तो government wants to increase the money supply. Government और RBI wants to increase the money supply. How? जो पैसे उन्होंने ले रखे थे वो पैसे उनको वापस कर देंगे by purchasing their share. वो अपने शेयर खरीद लेंगे और पब्लिक का पैसा वापस कर देंगे. तो purchase or sale of share or other securities are taken place with the general public, then this type of dealing is called open market operation. So either company RBI can increase the money supply by issuing share, or RBI can reduce the money supply by purchasing the share in order to control inflation situation. So when they are issuing shares, it means money is shifted from investors to RBI. As a result, money supply reduces and it may control inflation situation. On the other hand, if deflation situation is there, then RBI will purchase the same securities from general public and return their money. उनका पैसा उनको वापस कर देंगे. As a result, money supply increases, and when money supply increases, individuals are able to purchase more goods and services, and it will control deflation situation. So inflation or deflation situation can be controlled by issuing or purchasing of shares and other securities by RBI. So these are all quantitative measures in order to control inflation and deflation situation. Now according to textbook, open market operation refers to sale or purchase of government securities by the RBI in the open market. In the open market means they are dealing with general public. Either they are selling their shares means RBI is selling shares of government securities on behalf of government. They are selling or purchasing shares. When RBI purchases government bonds from the market, supply of money in the market rises. जब वो खरीद लेते हैं अपने शेयर पब्लिक से और वापस करते हैं पैसा, तो मनी सप्लाई क्या होती है? बढ़ जाती है. मनी सप्लाई बढ़ जाए मतलब दे आर ट्राइंग टू कंट्रोल डिफ्लेशन सिचुएशन. The supply of money in the economy falls when RBI sells such bonds. जब वो bonds या shares या डिबेंचर इशू करते हैं, सेल करते हैं, तो मनी जो है वो इन्वेस्टर से कंपनी के पास मतलब RBI के पास आ जाती है. As a result, money supply reduces. And why they are trying to reduce money supply? In order to control inflation situation. The supply of money in the economy falls when RBI sells such bonds in the open market. Such operations are undertaken to regulate inflation and depression, means deflation situation. This instrument was not used in India prior means before 1991. Now quantitative measure completed. Now qualitative or selective measures. Second part and last part, qualitative or selective measures. In qualitative measures, first point is security requirement. Security requirement. Suppose अभी आरबीआई है, सिक्योरिटी रिक्वायरमेंट क्या होती है वो देखते हैं. Whenever any person, पहले हिंदी में आप समझ लो आराम से, कभी भी कोई व्यक्ति बैंक खाता खुलवाने जाते हैं, बैंक अकाउंट ओपन करवाने जाते हैं, तो बहुत सारी फॉर्मेलिटीज होती है. आधार कार्ड देना है, फॉर्म भरना है, उसके बाद ये डॉक्यूमेंट्स लाओ, रेसिडेंशियल प्रूफ लाओ. So many individuals who are uneducated, due to these complicated formalities, they are not able to approach commercial bank. वो कमर्शियल बैंक जाते ही नहीं, मतलब SBI, स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, पंजाब नेशनल बैंक, सिंडिकेट बैंक खाता खुलवाने जाते ही नहीं, बिकॉज फॉर्मेलिटीज आर वेरी लेंथी एंड कॉम्प्लिकेटेड. कभी किसी डॉक्यूमेंट में कोई कमी है, ये कमी है, वो कमी है, वापस भेजते हैं, उसको फिर बुलाते हैं, इतने चक्कर काटने पड़ते हैं. जैसे majority of populations, especially in the rural areas, are uneducated, but they are not able to understand these formalities. They are not able to fulfill these formalities. As a result, what happens? As a result, they are not able to open bank account. जब बैंक अकाउंट ही नहीं है, तो वो पैसा कहाँ जमा करेंगे? That's why what RBI has taken a step. They have made the formalities very simple. Only by bringing one document, account can be opened. Especially for rural areas, they had reduced the complexities in formalities. उन्होंने जो formalities है उसकी जो complexities difficulty थी वो कम कर दी है. अब एक डॉक्यूमेंट लाना है और your account will be immediately your account will be opened. So they had made the security means procedure of opening bank account easier. Why? So that many individuals can open their bank account. जब बैंक अकाउंट ओपन होगा तो क्या होगा? मनी सप्लाई जो है, पैसा जो है सेविंग होना स्टार्ट होगा बैंक के अंदर. एज अ रिजल्ट मनी सप्लाई कैन बी रिड्यूस्ड इन द मार्केट. मनी सप्लाई कम हो सकती है, और मनी सप्लाई कम करे इसका मतलब है दे आर ट्राइंग टू कंट्रोल इन्फ्लेशन सिचुएशन. दिस इज कॉल्ड सिक्योरिटी रिक्वायरमेंट. दूसरा एक और है सिक्योरिटी रिक्वायरमेंट में पॉइंट. एक और पॉइंट है इसके अंदर सिक्योरिटी रिक्वायरमेंट के अंदर, अगर आपको लोन लेना है, मतलब इंडिविजुअल्स वांट्स टू बोरो मनी फ्रॉम बैंक, अगेंस्ट दैट बिसाइड लेंथी एंड कॉम्प्लिकेटेड फॉर्मेलिटीज दे नीड टू डिपॉजिट, दे नीड टू सबमिट सम प्रॉपर्टी पेपर विद द बैंक. दैट इज कॉल्ड सिक्योरिटी. तो अगर सिक्योरिटी अमाउंट इज लार्जर देन द बोरोड मनी, जो पैसा वो ले रहे हैं उससे ज़्यादा के, बहुत ज़्यादा के सिक्योरिटी ये लोग मांग रहे हैं आरबीआई या कमर्शियल बैंक, in that case many investors will not deposit their money into the bank. So that in order to open many bank account they are reducing the security procedure. वो security procedure को बहुत कम कर देते हैं, means they are making flexible the security requirement. In this way they can control, by taking this step they can control inflation or deflation situation. Now explanation from textbook. Security requirement: bank must ensure that public returns the loan given to them. मतलब अगर बैंक पब्लिक को लोन दे रही है तो इस हिसाब से देना चाहिए कि वो पैसा हमारा वापस आ जाए. They can recover their dues. And how it is possible? For this, they lend money against some security deposit from the borrowers. मतलब जिसको उधार दे रहे हैं उससे सिक्योरिटी के फॉर्म में कुछ लेना है. मतलब प्रॉपर्टी के पेपर्स हो गए, गोल्ड हो गया, अदर ज्वेलरीज हो गए, कुछ भी कोई चीज जमा उसकी सिक्योरिटी में रखनी है. In case the borrower is not able to repay the loan, the bank uses these securities to recover their dues. In case if borrower is failed to return the amount, अगर वो पैसा वापस नहीं कर पाते, in that case by disposing the properties paper, by disposing the properties, by selling the properties by the bank, and bank can recover their dues. इस तरह से वो अपने पैसे रिकवर कर सकते हैं. For example, a bank can take jewelry, deposits, car, house, land, etc. as security. First paragraph is simple. Here bank is providing loan to individuals against some security, so that if borrowers fails to pay the amount of loan, they can recover their dues, they can recover their loan amount by selling their property, by selling the property of borrowers. Now second paragraph. Security specifications are different for different segment of population, so that all section of people can have the opportunity to obtain bank credit, and all sectors including agricultural sector develop well. मतलब सिक्योरिटी कितनी रखनी है, गोल्ड कितना रखना है, प्रॉपर्टी के ऊपर क्या चाहिए, क्या रिक्वायरमेंट्स है फॉर प्रोवाइडिंग लोन, वो सिक्योरिटी इज डिफरेंट फॉर डिफरेंट सेगमेंट्स ऑफ पॉपुलेशन. अलग अलग वर्ग के लिए, अलग अलग क्लास के लिए. फॉर रिच क्लास सिक्योरिटीज आर मींस बैंक इज डिमांडिंग मोर सिक्योरिटीज फ्रॉम फार्मर्स इन एग्रीकल्चरल सेक्टर बिकॉज दे आर पुअर, दैट्स व्हाई दे आर डिमांडिंग लेस सिक्योरिटीज, और समटाइम्स दे आर डिमांडिंग नो सिक्योरिटीज from the farmers. So the degree of security is different for different class of, for different section of the society. Hence RBI directs commercial bank regarding the amount of security which they may ask for in case of different types of loan or from different section of the people. So different parameters regarding security is mentioned by the RBI. किस वर्ग से कितना सिक्योरिटी ले रहे हैं लोन के लिए, दैट इज डिसाइडेड बाय द आरबीआई. और जो रिच क्लास है उनसे सिक्योरिटी की डिमांड ज़्यादा की जाती है, जो पुअर क्लास है उनसे सिक्योरिटी की डिमांड कम की जाती है, सो दैट लोन कैन बी प्रोवाइडेड टू ईच एंड एवरी इंडिविजुअल. मीन्स बेनिफिट ऑफ लोन शुड बी प्रोवाइडेड टू ऑल सेक्शन ऑफ द सोसाइटी फॉर द वेलफेयर ऑफ द इकोनॉमी. Example is given here. A poor may be granted a loan without much security, and a rich business person may be required to keep more as security with bank for a loan. तो अगर रिच क्लास लोन देते हैं उनको सिक्योरिटी के फॉर्म में ज़्यादा चीज़ें रखनी पड़ेगी, ज़्यादा अमाउंट की प्रॉपर्टी जमा करनी पड़ेगी. वहीं पर अगर पुअर क्लास है तो बहुत कम सिक्योरिटी उनको रखनी पड़ती है, या कभी कभी नहीं भी रखनी पड़ती है. एंड विदाउट कीपिंग सिक्योरिटी द बैंक इज प्रोवाइडिंग लोन टू द पुअर सेक्शन और especially to agricultural sector in order to increase their production. The first one is completed security requirement. Second one is margin requirement. Now what is margin requirement? Suppose this is bank. This is also related with security, but difference is what? Second one is margin requirement. Suppose a person needs loan of 100 rupees, and against this loan amount he has to keep some security with bank. Yeah, 100 मतलब individual needs money and he has kept some security with the bank, and the value of that security, suppose उसने अपने घर के पेपर रख दिए and the value of house is 100 rupees. अगर उस घर की वैल्यू 100 रुपए है, then bank will provide loan to that person less than the value of property. जो भी प्रॉपर्टी की वैल्यू उससे कम उसको लोन मिलेगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इज गेटिंग 80 रुपीज ऑफ लोन, It means what is the difference between these two? 20 rupees, or we can say 20%. This 20% is called marginal requirement. Marginal requirement. It means the difference between, definition of marginal requirement, the difference between the value of property with the value of property, and this is the loan amount. The difference between the value of property and the loan given by a bank to the individual, that difference is called a marginal requirement. If in our example if marginal requirement is 20%, it means अगर मार्जिनल रिक्वायरमेंट 20% है, इसका मतलब है कि आपने जितने की भी प्रॉपर्टी रखी है उससे 20% कम यू विल गेट द लोन. अगर आपने प्रॉपर्टी रखी है 100 रुपीज की, इट मींस यू विल गेट 20% लेस देन द वैल्यू ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी एज अ लोन, मतलब यू विल गेट 80 रुपीज. सपोज दिस मार्जिनल रिक्वायरमेंट विल इंक्रीज फ्रॉम 20 to 30%, देन व्हाट हैपेंस? आपने प्रॉपर्टी कितने की रखी है? 100 रुपए की. इट मींस you will get only 70 rupees. पहले 80 रुपए थे, अब क्योंकि मार्जिनल रिक्वायरमेंट बढ़ गई है तो 30% हो गई है, तो बैंक will provide you only 70 rupees. It means money supply reduces in the market. पैसा लोगों को कम मिलेगा तो मनी सप्लाई भी कम हो जाएगी. And when money supply reduces, it will control inflation situation. So in order to control inflation situation, marginal requirement is increased. मार्जिनल रिक्वायरमेंट जब बढ़े तो आपको समझ जाने का है कि मनी सप्लाई रिड्यूसिंग, व्हाई? इन ऑर्डर टू कंट्रोल इन्फ्लेशन सिचुएशन. इसके अगेंस्ट नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, अगर मार्जिनल रिक्वायरमेंट 10% हो जाए, मींस मार्जिनल रिक्वायरमेंट इज रिड्यूस्ड, देन व्हाट हैपेंस? अगर आपने प्रॉपर्टी रखी है 100 रुपीज की, यू विल गेट 90 रुपीज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ लोन. आपको मिलेंगे 90 रुपीज ज्यादा मिलेंगे. इट मींस मनी सप्लाई इंक्रीजेस. एंड in which situation money supply increases? In order to control deflation situation. So in order to control deflation situation, marginal requirement is reduced, and in order to control inflation situation, marginal requirement is increased. When marginal requirement reduces, marginal requirement reduces. When marginal requirement reduces, money supply increases. Money supply increases, and when money supply increases, purchasing power of individual also increases. Means demand for goods and services also increases. Means deflation situation can be controlled. During deflation situation, demand is very low. Demand for goods and services is very low because purchasing power is very less, because income is less, because money supply is less in the market. That's why in order to increase money supply, marginal requirement will be reduced by the bank. Means reduced means they are trying to provide more loans to the individual. On the other hand, in order to control inflation situation, तो पहले आपको समझ लेने का है what is inflation situation. Inflation situation में डिमांड बहुत ज़्यादा है क्योंकि लोगों की आवक बहुत ज़्यादा है, लोगों की परचेजिंग पावर बहुत ज़्यादा है. तो इन ऑर्डर टू कंट्रोल देयर परचेजिंग पावर, in order to reduce their purchasing power, in order to reduce the demand for goods and services, it becomes necessary to reduce the money supply. And how money supply can be reduced? Through marginal requirement. They will increase the rate of marginal requirement. For example, 40%. So 40% means against the value of property, they will provide 40% less in the form of loan. अगर 40% है तो इस हिसाब से individuals will get 60 rupees in the form of loan. Means money supply is reduced, and when money supply reduces, purchasing power also reduces. As a result, demand for goods and services also reduces, and it will ultimately control inflation situation. Now third point, ceiling on credit. सीलिंग मीन्स कंट्रोल, रेस्ट्रिक्शन. जो लोन दे रहे हैं उस पर रेस्ट्रिक्शन डालना, इतना लोन नहीं देना है, इस पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन को इतना लोन नहीं देना है या इतना लोन देना है. दे आर पुटिंग अ लिमिट, दे आर पुटिंग अ रेस्ट्रिक्शन इन ऑर्डर टू प्रोवाइड लोन. दैट इज कॉल्ड सीलिंग ऑन क्रेडिट। क्रेडिट का मतलब है उधार देना। अगर मनी सप्लाई कम करनी है मार्केट में, इफ गवर्नमेंट वांट्स, इफ आरबीआई वांट्स टू कंट्रोल द मनी सप्लाई, टू रिड्यूस द मनी सप्लाई, अगर मनी सप्लाई कम करना चाहते हैं तो व्हाट दे विल डू, दे विल पुट सम रेस्ट्रिक्शंस ऑन क्रेडिट। मतलब लोन, फॉर एग्जांपल आरबीआई ने डिसाइड किया है कि लोन जो है वो सिर्फ गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉइज को देने का है, बस ओनली टू गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉइज, नॉट टू एनी अदर पर्सन। दिस इज कॉल्ड सीलिंग। या सेकेंड मेथड इज सभी को लोन दे सकते हैं, बट गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉइज को 80% मार्जिनल रिक्वायरमेंट पे लोन देना है, बट टू अदर्स 60% मार्जिनल रिक्वायरमेंट। मतलब प्राइवेट सेक्टर से 100 रुपए के बदले में 60 रुपए लोन देने का है, बट अगर वो गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉइज है तो उनको 100 रुपए की प्रॉपर्टी के बदले में 80 रुपए का लोन देने का है। तो मार्जिनल रिक्वायरमेंट्स मे बी डिफरेंट फॉर डिफरेंट सेक्शन ऑफ द सोसाइटी इन ऑर्डर टू पुट रेस्ट्रिक्शंस। और अगर मनी सप्लाई बढ़ानी है तो देन दे विल रिड्यूस, दे विल रिमूव द रेस्ट्रिक्शंस ऑन क्रेडिट। मतलब वो रेस्ट्रिक्शन जो डाले हुए थे वो हटा देंगे इफ दे वांट टू इंक्रीज द मनी सप्लाई। मनी सप्लाई बढ़ानी हो, रेस्ट्रिक्शन विल बी रिमूव। अगर मनी सप्लाई कम करनी हो, दे विल पुट सम रेस्ट्रिक्शंस ऑन क्रेडिट, दैट इज कॉल्ड सीलिंग ऑन क्रेडिट। RBI also prescribes ceiling for credit for different purposes. Different purpose means inflation or deflation situation. And last one is discriminatory interest rate. जो ब्याज दर है, बैंक is providing different types of loans to individuals. Loans के अलग अलग टाइप होते हैं. Some loans are long term, medium term, short term. Besides this, on the basic time period, these are long term, short term, and medium term. Then besides this, different types of loans are provided by bank. Educational loan, the housing loan, personal loan, vehicle loan, various types of loans are provided, and on different types of loan, rate of interest is also different. तो हर लोन के ऊपर ब्याज दर अलग अलग होती है. That is also an important step in order to control the money supply in the market. Discriminatory interest rate. RBI suggests differential rate of interest for different types of lending. लेंडिंग मतलब उधार देना, किस टाइप का हम उधार दे रहे हैं, किस टाइप की रिक्वायरमेंट हम पूरी कर रहे हैं, उस रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इज आल्सो डिफरेंट। दिस इज कॉल्ड द पॉलिसी ऑफ डिस्क्रिमिनेटरी इंटरेस्ट रेट। फॉर एग्जांपल, अ रिलेटिवली लोअर रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इज चार्ज फ्रॉम द नीडी फार्मर्स देन व्हाट इज चार्ज फ्रॉम द रिच बिजनेस पर्सन टू बाय अ कार और हाउस। मतलब अगर कोई आदमी, अमीर आदमी या कोई भी समृद्ध व्यक्ति कार लेने के लिए या घर लेने के लिए लोन लेते हैं, ऑन दैट लोन rate of interest is high. At the same time, if any farmer is taking loan or poor person is taking loan in order to fulfill their needs, in that case the rate of interest is low. That's why rate of interest is different in different types of loan. This is called discriminatory interest rate. And why such different rate is kept by the RBI? In order to control the money supply in the market. This is about the completion of chapter 4 is completed. Now next chapter we will start population, क्योंकि वो population जो है वो छोटा चैप्टर है और आपके एग्जाम में भी आएगा। 3 चैप्टर आएंगे, 3rd चैप्टर, 4th चैप्टर एंड population में 7th चैप्टर।